The Tirpitz was the most massive battleship ever constructed by a European power, exceeding her sister ship Bismarck by some 2,000 tons. Sinking her seemed impossible. Here's how we did it. The Allies used a commando raid to decommission the only Axis dry dock large enough to repair the awesome vessel, and because of that success, Germany would be unable to repair her if she were ever badly damaged. The man with the mustache had already been nervous about sending Tirpitz on real combat missions because of the sinking of the Bismarck, so she had been relegated to mostly a deterrent and intimidation role. But even in this role, she was enough of a thorn in the side of North Atlantic shipping that the British planned no less than 10 individual operations against her. Germany was hiding her in the Norwegian fjords, only sending her out on missions when it was guaranteed she wouldn't face any real near-peer opposition. The first plan was Operation Source. The British used X-craft midget submarines to detonate mines underneath her while she was at anchor. This attack caused extensive damage and required nearly a year and a half to repair. Next came Operation Tungsten. Allied intelligence indicated the repair crews had left the ship, so British naval fleet carriers Victorious and Furious were dispatched with a get-well-soon card. The attack was initially planned for April 4th, but decrypted Enigma intercepts indicated Tirpitz was leaving for sea trials a day sooner, so the operation was moved up to April 3rd. Carrying 500, 600, and 1,600-pound armor-piercing bombs, 40 Barracuda dive bombers scored 15 direct hits. The bombers achieved total surprise, with it taking some 14 minutes for the Tirpitz to fully man her anti-aircraft guns. Again, the attack caused significant damage, killing the ship's commander and completely destroying 2 of her turrets, but again, she was still afloat. Multiple carrier raids were planned over the following months, but most of them were cancelled due to bad weather. 2 went forward but caused no damage, others met with limited success. During one raid, a 1,600-pound bomb penetrated all the way down through the armor, but failed to detonate. Due to this series of ineffective attacks, the problem was handed off to the RAF's No. 5 group. They were able to use tallboy bombs from modified Lancaster bombers to penetrate the ship's armor. During the first operation, one tallboy penetrated all the way through the bow and detonated underneath, causing enough flooding to render her unseaworthy. This time, the German Navy only repaired her well enough that she could be used as a stationary gun platform. 2 additional tallboy raids only produced inconvenient flooding. After this attack, the ship was artificially beached, and a shoal was constructed around her to keep her in place. She was surrounded by anti-torpedo nets and was to be used as an artillery and anti-aircraft battery. Even with the construction of the shoal, she still maintained a 1-degree list that could not be corrected. The final operation was Operation Catechism. 29 tallboys were loosed at the vessel, and there were 2 direct hits and 1 near miss. Several other misses dislodged significant portions of the artificial shoal that had been constructed to prevent the vessel from capsizing. The first tallboy hit penetrated but did not detonate. The second blew a massive hole in the bottom and side of the vessel. It's unconfirmed, but there may have been a 3rd hit scored on the other side. Within 10 minutes, the list had grown from 1 degree to 40, and the order was given to abandon ship. After some time, the ship seemed to be happy staying at a 60-degree list until one of the turrets exploded. At that point, Tirpitz rolled over and sank.